Hey guys, I'm back again for the weekly oracle reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, welcome. I'm Anne. In this video, I'm going to be giving a general love reading focusing on divine counterparts. That's soulmates, twin flames, and anybody that you're connected to romantically. Please stay tuned and watch. I'm sure there's a message for you. Also, if you would like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone, chat, and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area. With these reading videos, basically it's messages coming from above, basically given to me to give to you. So take what resonates with you and just leave what doesn't. Okay, so I've laid out the cards: divine masculine, divine feminine. You don't have to be either or gender to relate to them. Basically, you can relate to the whole reading, but sometimes I like to give, like a different perspective when I do these readings. Is like divine masculine. Sometimes we lean more towards one or the other. Okay, so the first card we got for divine masculine, strength, and that is a beautiful card. Look at that. That is gorgeous. So divine masculine right now is putting a lot of strength into what they believe in. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily work out the way they want, so they've been going through a lot of running stages too. We've been seeing that in the previous weeks. Though they're coming out, they're starting to embrace themselves a little bit more deeper, but at the same time there's that sense of not facing reality, or not facing what the inner truth that they're given, because it just goes in like graphs, like I said before. It's just you may be feeling like you're shifting away from somebody, or you feel like that person is shifting from you. It's not because I'm sorry, this is a little crooked. Sorry, I'm like that. It's not because you're going through anything negative, but it's mainly because this is something part of you and something that you're starting to get, but you need to use your strength. Your inner strength is what's going to get you through it. If you're not using that strength to get through this situation, it's never going to work, especially if that person hasn't been cooperating, not been giving to you, not been reciprocating, and you feel like you have to put all the work. Not that I'm saying take a step back, but focus on yourself. Always focus on yourself, especially this time of the year. We go through a lot of a lot of changes, and I know like the summer goes by like super fast, and I know the winter feels like it's too long. But you know what? It's all about what you're doing right now for yourself. You could, in both seasons, you can embrace the energy the way it is. And summertime is always like a lot of activity. And even if you're experiencing it 6 months from now, you know what I'm talking about. So this is all part of what you need to do. It's all life lessons too. You have to go through, but using that strength to get past whatever it is, whatever challenge you're getting through, you are going to find it. It is something that you need to do. Emotional challenges, resolve the issue. Okay, so look at that. I didn't even look at this card. I just laid them out, and that's going exactly in tune and sync with strength. Amazing. I love it. I love the way the spiritual energy just talks to us. And you know what? The emotional changes and emotional challenges that you experience, not always a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, when we grow, we have to release some stuff. If you don't release it, you're never going to find, true peace inside yourself. And there you go. Another card I just glanced at, let go. Letting it go, letting it be released. Not saying to let that person go, but if you're getting a message that I need to let this negativity that I'm holding on to, I need to let it go, then it's time to let it go. There's a lot of ways to let go. Maybe there's a grudge you have, and you're not listening to what your heart says. And maybe it's time to, give that person a second chance. Maybe that person wants a second chance. Whatever the case is, meditation helps. I always talk so highly of meditation, and I know you guys know what meditation is all about. You've heard it before. You can be taught how to meditate, but if you don't really meditate, how do you know you're doing it right? Well, you just do. If you don't start, you're never going to find out. If you know how to relax and you know how to sleep, you know how to meditate. Okay, that's the busy thoughts that get trapped up in our minds that don't allow us to meditate. Improvements require persistence. So if you're meditating, you're going to find what it is that you need to do to grow. Letting it go to the point where you feel more at ease with yourself. Divine feminines, you're going through a transformation. And what the transformation is representing it all comes down to finding what your inner peace, your inner truth is, your inner goddess, so to speak. But it might be a man, when I say inner god. Either way, it's that inner light that's inside of you. I like that better. That inner light that is just shining through, and you're transforming into it. You might say, I always transform. When is it complete? I'm always like looking at the bright side. I'm always like this. If you're still going through these challenges, you're not going through the transformation you think you are. You may be mentally empowering yourself and, uplifting yourself to feeling something. But when you truly go through a transformation, it's the caterpillar to the butterfly. The butterfly no longer looks anything like the caterpillar. So you will know your new life. You will not be drawn to anything from like the way you thought before. And you know what? Your choice of friends sometimes, kind of like disappear. It's like they're not really like in sync with you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like sad, and it's like you find new friends and you're like, wow, I'm just so in tune with these new friends. And that can go on, every decade. Like you can find a new set of friends, a new set of people. Seriously, transformations can happen quite often. Spirit messages: observe limitations. Divine Feminine, like there's some things that you're getting. There's some messages you're getting. You have to pay attention. You have to pay attention because that transformation is inside of you. And then we have another card that's intuition. Okay, there we go. Intuition. Follow your intuition. Is this relationship really worth your time? Because we've been mostly apart, then we've been together. Maybe there's a geographic issue. Okay, I can see that. I've been there. My husband, we met, he was in France, I was in, Ohio, but we made it work. That was like 19 years ago. This is my point. It doesn't matter if it's geographic, but if it comes to the point where you wonder, are we mostly happy or unhappy? Or are we mostly like arguing and sad versus, being in a good place together? Well, there could be a reason why. Follow your intuition. Maybe you're not asking enough or doing enough, that you're not seeing enough in a relationship. It's up to you. Ground yourself. Ground your light. Ground your light to find your inner peace. And we're looking at a lot of meditation. Let your soul shine. So following your intuition, this is purely a spiritual message for Divine Feminines. In order for you to grow and develop, it's time to shine your light. And you too, Divine Masculine, it's time to meditate, let go of those negatives that you hold on to. Let it go. Let go of those things that you say you can't do, or you cannot feel, or you cannot be happy with, because it just feels like it's, like I talked about before, those heavy rocks on you, because you're holding on to something, but you shouldn't be holding on to it. You should just let it go. Just like say, I'm done. And you know what? You're going to find that life is going to be a lot easier for you. Otherwise, it's always going to feel like, things are not getting better, and, things just seem to, get worse before they can get better. Well, that can happen. Pay attention to signs too. When you pay attention to the signs, you can see messages, numbers. Numbers always have a significant like meaning to them, but they're not always like the same. They're always different. So I like to meditate over my numbers. Like many times we get, like names and songs and like all kinds of things that just happen. Just pay attention. If something just jumps at you and you're saying, wow, that didn't happen before, and you get deja vu sometimes, that's another thing. Deja vu. I get that a lot. And that's signs, that's messages. So a lot of messages coming through this reading. I can feel a lot of energy that, it resonates a lot with me. And if it doesn't resonate with you completely, revisit this video. I know there's messages coming through that you might not have been able to listen to because maybe your mind was so elsewhere, or your mind wasn't at relaxed state. Like that's what we do sometimes, with everything going on right now. So I just want to say, if you would like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone chat and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area. And I just want to say again, thank you all for, just being there and following me and, reaching out. A few of you have been reaching out to me, and, he was telling me, hey, I've been following you and watching you on YouTube for like X amount of years. I'm like, thank you. I feel so honored just to be hearing that. Really, it just makes me feel so blessed. Okay. So until next time, God be with you all. Namaste.